Andrew Salciunas, the floor is yours.
All right, so for 55 minutes yesterday, I had to hear a future Hall of Fame executive, a man that is well-respected all across Major League Baseball, a man, by the way, who was given $300 million to work with, tell me that they just lost to the better team. They just lost to the better team. That's why they got eliminated, because they just lost to the better team. The better team that you blew a game one against because your bats went cold, your bullpen imploded, and because of bad managerial decisions. The better team that tried to literally gift wrap you game two. They said, here, take this. Blake Trinan's on the mound. We want you to win this game. We want it to be 1-1 going back to L.A. Until the bunt heard round the world that shocked everyone who follows baseball. That better team who walked off the series, and I say that lightly, walked off the series thanks to an error in the bottom of the 11th inning. That error, by the way, was made by a pitcher who during the entire season could not handle himself well in high-pressure situations. Now, so far, this segment, if you're not listening closely enough, right, you just have us on and background noise, you might be thinking that this is a rerun show from 2023 or 2024. Bats went cold, bullpen imploded, bad managerial decisions, and the big names on your roster failed to come through. But don't worry, for 55 minutes yesterday, I heard a PR interview for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
This year, we faced the wrong club. For us at the time, that's a really, really good club. They are the defending world champions.
That was like 55 minutes yesterday, a PR hit for the Dodgers. Thanks, Dave. So during the time he did talk about the team, our team, the Philadelphia Phillies, who we love and go to bat for every single day, I agreed with very little, was outraged by most, and at times was downright depressed. First, I want to talk about how the president of baseball operations insulted my baseball intelligence. When he was asked about Bryson Stott and whether or not he was an everyday player, this was his answer.
I think it's almost a misnomer when you say somebody's an everyday player nowadays. When you look around Major League Baseball, it's a 162-game grueling schedule, really, when you start traveling and start doing everything. And so there are very few players that play just every single day unless you're stars. And, I mean, Stott sometimes played versus lefties and sometimes not, but he's a really good player, all-around player. And
that answer offended me. It should have offended every Phillies fan listening and every reporter in that room. Somehow Dave Dombrowski is the only person in the world who takes the term everyday player literally. Yes, Dave, we know the season is long. We know the season can be grueling. But when somebody wants to know if a guy's an everyday player, we want to know whether or not on a given day that player can win you a game. Whether it's a lefty on the mound or a righty on the mound. Whether a lefty comes in to pitch in the 7th inning, doesn't matter. We want to know if this guy every day can help you win. For 4 years now, Bryson Stott has become a platoon player. Now, before yesterday, there have been 3 press conferences that offended or insulted my intelligence. Andy McPhail, when he uttered the words, if we do, we do, we don't, we don't, after a lackluster trade deadline when asked if they were going to make the playoffs. Chuck Fletcher, who told us that the Flyers were the 5th most improved team in the NHL after finishing 8th in the Metro the previous season when they finished 7th, the time he mentioned those words. And earlier this year, when Dave Dombrowski talked about why they couldn't call up Justin Crawford, remember, Crawford could not get called up because there was not a place to play him every day. So let's go back to the trade deadline when he had those comments, shall we? At the time, Max Kepler was one of the worst valued contracts in baseball. But he told us that he had some good swings recently. Now, credit to Kepler, he turned his season around. But that answer at that time was ridiculous. And oh, by the way, Dombrowski was quick to tell you that Kepler will not be returning in 2026. So much for that. You blocked a guy for a guy you knew you weren't going to bring back. Another player that had blocked Justin Crawford is someone that you tried telling people is an everyday player, just like Bryson Stott, and that's Brandon Marsh. From the beginning, you guys know I was not fond of the trade. I never viewed him as an everyday player, but somehow the man running the team missed that. And somehow that player was batting 5th in their playoff lineup. And as I said earlier to you guys, before anyone tells me it's because Harrison Bader was hurt, look at the lineup in Game 1. Before anybody got injured, Brandon Marsh batted 5th. To be clear, that's not Marsh's fault that the team overvalued him. I've said it for years. He will be a 10-plus year player in Major League Baseball, but he is not an everyday player, in my mind, to be a starter on a World Series roster, and yet he has been for 3 straight years. Then there was Nick Castellanos who blocked Justin Crawford, right? For 3 straight years, you had no problem talking about how he needed to do more. All the reports, all the leaks that you were looking to trade him. And even though I know a lot of people in this fan base agrees with your sentiment toward Nick Castellanos, I will remind you that this year and last, he was one of very few players on this roster to have moments in the playoffs. But you will just kick him to the curb. Now, I will say there was at least one person that took accountability yesterday. Say what you want about Rob Thompson. When it was his turn to talk, he owned the mistakes that he made. He talked about the decisions that hurt the team and how he will think about them every day until next spring training. He raised his hand and said, "This is on me." I appreciate that accountability because I did not get that from Dave Dombrowski. Some of you listening right now may have joined the show today, maybe for the first time last week, maybe last month. What I would like to say is that I've been screaming something from the mountaintops about something since the moment Rhys Hoskins got hurt in spring training of 2023. It's a long time ago now, guys. I appreciate that Rob Thompson said this yesterday.
You know, our lineup's pretty deep. We're awfully left-handed, I can say that. So where that comes from, right-handed, about where that comes from, I don't know. Is it out there? I don't know. But we're awfully left-handed this year anyway.
This year? No. You were awfully left-handed last year and in 2023. I'm just glad that 2 seasons later, we finally realized this. 2023, sure, I'll excuse the lateness of the injury. It happened toward the end of spring training. But at the trade deadline, when you had a chance to try to acquire a right-handed power bat, or anybody from the right side, you acquired Rodolfo Castro, who didn't sniff the big leagues this year. I can't excuse that. Then you had the offseason going into 2024 when you knew you were not bringing him back. You knew that Bryce Harper was going to be your first baseman moving forward, so you needed to find somebody from the right side. So your idea was, this will be the year that former top prospect Christian Pache will help us. This will be the breakout year when pencil bat Johan Rojas is going to help out this lineup. Those didn't work out either. And then 2025, the offseason going into this past season, it was glaring, right? We all knew it. We all knew that you needed a right-handed bat. We all talked about it, screamed about it. You signed left-handed hitting Max Kepler. Of course, there was always the breakout power season from your 6'5" third baseman who has hit 20 home runs once in his major league career. Yet last year, when you tried trading him, because you did, you tried getting prime Barry Bonds in return. It didn't happen, so you ran it back for the third straight season. Now, the only real and honest impactful moment was when he was asked about Bryce Harper and had this to say.
I mean, in Bryce's case, of course, he's still a quality player. He's still a all-star caliber player. He didn't have an elite season like he has had in the past. And I guess we only find out if he becomes elite or he continues to be good.
I don't disagree with what he had to say. Last week, we talked about it. We talked about our concern that Bryce Harper may not be that Bryce Harper anymore. But what wipes away the realness of that moment was when he contradicted himself later by talking about 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers and the Golden State Warriors.
Sports has changed a lot in quality premium players that continue to perform at high levels due to so many things that we've indoctrinated throughout the years. Better conditioning, better nutrition, better combination of sharing of information. Golden State Warriors, one of the favorite teams in the NBA this year. 4 players over 35 years of age that are going to be starting. It's never happened before. You've got 2 clubs that are competing this year. They got a 41-year-old quarterback that's going to be on Thursday Night Football.
I'm just going to keep it 100. The Pittsburgh Steelers aren't going to win a damn thing this year with that 41-year-old quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. And the Golden State Warriors have Steph Curry, who's still playing at an elite level. If you're worried about the decline of Bryce Harper and maybe not being that elite player anymore, why are you telling us that age is pretty much just a number because of what other teams are doing? Since the trade deadline of 2024, I've been saying this on this show. Dave Dombrowski has been getting by on his resume. He has become, and I'm sorry that you have to catch a stray a week before your season starts, the Daryl Morey of Major League Baseball, who's just getting by on resume. Tell me all you want about a World Series appearance in 22 and what you did with Boston and what you did with Detroit. Your 95 wins in 24, your 96 wins in 25. John Middleton wants his freaking trophy back. I want the freaking trophy back. The city of Philadelphia wants the freaking trophy back. And unfortunately, I don't think we're getting that anytime soon. And there's that.
Hey guys, Andrew Salciunas, host of Kincade and Salciunas. Just want to thank you for checking out all of our great videos that we have on our YouTube channel every single day. Make sure, if you can, please like and subscribe and check out all the videos that we have on our YouTube channel, whether it's for us, Kincade and Salciunas, of course, our midday show, as well as Unfiltered with Bill and Ricky.